Adam Rapoport, the editor-in-chief of Bon Appétit magazine, resigned on Monday, hours after a 2004 photo of him and his wife, Simone Schubuck, resurfaced on Twitter. In a statement on Instagram, he said he would reflect on the work that I need to do as a human being and to allow Bon Appétit to get to a better place. Mr. Rapoport, who was an editor at GQ before he took his current job in 2010, had been with the magazine's parent company, Condé Nast, for 20 years. The image in question, posted to Ms. Schubuck's previously public Instagram feed on Halloween of 2013, had briefly circulated on social media before. But it resurfaced on Monday morning amid a torrent of accusations, after a freelance writer posted screenshots of an old conversation with Mr. Rapoport about whether her work as a Puerto Rican food writer could find a way into Bon Appétit. In the Instagram caption, Ms. Schubuck called Mr. Rapoport Poppy, and used #Boricua, a word many Puerto Ricans use to identify themselves. The image was removed before noon. Bon Appétit has faced continuing criticism of how it treats employees of color and presents food from a variety of cultures. Several members of its staff took to social media on Monday to call for Mr. Rapoport's resignation and for better compensation and treatment of people of color on staff. Staff members were called to at least 2 virtual meetings during the course of the day to discuss the photograph and other racial issues at the publication, according to people who attended the sessions. In one, Mr. Rapoport apologized, then left the call so staff members could discuss the matter. Most said he should resign, according to one journalist who was on the call but asked to not be identified because the discussion was supposed to remain confidential. For their part, staff members said both on social media and in interviews that the photograph was only the latest in a series of missteps and poor treatment of people of color at the publication. Salah El-Waili, an assistant editor at Bon Appétit who appears in test kitchen videos, said in an Instagram story that she was angered and disgusted by the photograph and that people of color were not properly compensated. "I've been pushed in front of video as a display of diversity," she wrote. In reality, currently only white editors are paid for their video appearances. None of the people of color have been compensated for their appearances. She called for Mr. Rapoport's resignation. Mali Baz, a senior food editor at the publication, and Carla Lally Music, the food editor at large, pledged to no longer be in Bon Appétit videos until Ms. El-Waili and other people of color who appear on video were fairly compensated.